Welcome to my video. It's about the 11th of March here in Indiana. It was a nice day today, so I figured I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how to paint a car on a budget. Here's my car. It's a see if I can get it all in here, 1996 Nissan Sentra GXE. Now, I painted it once before, and I just used that off-the-shelf paint they sell at the auto parts store. It's ready to spray, and I had some problems with it flaking off, and it didn't really give me the shine that I was hoping for. So I decided that I'm gonna reshoot it again, and this time I'm doing something a little bit differently. I got a little patch of it painted here on the hood, the color I'm using, and there's the color. You guys can pick it up on the camera or not. It's a kind of a smoke gray metallic, and getting ready to paint the whole car that color. And all I'm using is Rust-Oleum black, gloss black, and Rust-Oleum aluminum mixed together. So it looks like it might not mix really well. I'm gonna have to keep it stirred and everything. There is some spots, but I just got back from the car wash and was washing a lot of the dirt and everything off. So I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video here, and when I come back, I'm gonna show you how to go about start taping everything up. Okay, we're back. A couple things you're going to need when you start masking off your car is masking tape. I got two sizes here, a nice wide roll and a thin roll, some paper, and something to cut the tape and paper with. I also have this little chiseler thing here to kind of get in some tight corners when I'm working, but I find it easier if I outline the windows and everything first with the tape, and then come back around and start applying paper. So when we come back, I'm gonna have a window outlined and then kind of show you how I do it. Okay, I got my outline started here on the side window, and coming down to where the mirror is, taking my little chiseler here and kind of getting it stuffed in the corner there. I'll take my X-Acto knife and cut that, and I'll work the rest of the way around the window. This here is just one continuous piece. I just kind of stretched a little bit of tape out and kind of used my fingers and hands and kind of worked the tape around the glass. I'm not too concerned about trim or anything else. I'm gonna paint the whole thing the same color. It's you know, I'm just kind of putting some lipstick on a pig, so you know, it's not gonna, you know, be the best paint job in the world that I've done. I mean, I'm painting it outside anyway. I just want to give it a little bit better shine, look a little bit better going down the road, you know. And I'm just curious to see what it would look like just doing it with Rust-Oleum only. And if it works out half decent, then the whole paint job will cost me less than $20. So when I come back, I'll have some more of this masked up. I got sidestepped a little bit, but you can see I've got some progress done here. I've got the windows outlined, got my door handles taped up, what I don't want painted, my mirrors, and the only thing left to do is put some newspaper around everything, and it'll make it a lot easier when you get your windows taped up and trimmed out nice and neat. And we'll be ready to paint here very shortly. And while we were gone, I went ahead and threw some black spray paint over the silver. That way it'll be a lot easier to blend in instead of trying to blend in what was already dry. Okay, I had to move the car because the wind was starting to pick up, but we've got everything taped off. that we need. Now, he's taped up pretty good, and we are ready to start mixing paint and shooting. I'll show you what I'm using here. I'm using this gravity fed. It's a HVLP spray gun, and this is just a cheaper gun. It does come with a regulator and everything. I think it's about $20 something for this gun. You know, we're going to try it and see how it does today, and I'll show you the paint. Here, paint I'm using is just Rust-Oleum, and I've got silver and gloss black. I've already got it mixed up here. You can see it's not wanting to stay mixed, but I just mixed equal parts. Get my stir stick over here. Just kind of stirred up nice and even till everything looks like it's well mixed. And then I'm going to add, says you can add up to 5% mineral spirits or acetone. I tried the acetone and it looked a little dry, so I'm going to go ahead and add 5% mineral spirits to this and see what that does for me. Alright. You know, the paint was only $16, so if it didn't come out that great, then, you know, it was just an experiment anyway. So when I come back, I should have the first coat of paint applied, and kind of walk you around and show you how I applied it. Okay, the first coat of paint is on. The silver and black did have some mixing problems. It's kind of hard to see a little bit, but you can see some light and dark spots. Sorry, some light and dark spots there. This is just the first coat, so I'm hoping to be able to even a lot of it out. What I normally do when I start painting is I'll start with the roof, and I'll start on the driver's side, and I'll paint the roof, and then I'll start coming down. I'll paint the back door, and then fender well, trunk, and all the way around till I get to the front door. When I get to the front door, I paint about half of it on the bottom, and then I open the door up and then finish the door off, so that way any wet paint doesn't hit paint over here that's starting to dry. Like I said, this is just the first coat, so I should be able to get a lot of this evened out more, but so far it's not too terribly bad. It's kind of hard to see from the without much sunlight, but it does have a pretty good little sheen to it. But like I said, this was just an experiment. I probably should have just painted it black, and probably would have came out a whole lot better, because it looks like the aluminum metal flake doesn't like to mix with the other colors that well. So, but we'll let this set for a few minutes and tack up, and come back and put a second coat on here and finish it out. Okay, we got the second coat applied now, and it's been about 20 minutes since the last coat, 30 minutes, about 20-minute waiting time. And the hood now, the second coat, is actually coming out pretty even. I kind of misted the hood on there and kind of feathered it out, and get two coats on there now. There's a couple little spots here and there that kind of high and low, like right here on the door jambs, got a little bit of dark, and got some dark back on this corner here, but I think one more coat will kind of even everything out pretty good. When you're spraying high metallics, you want to kind of mist everything on anyway, because you'll get puddles and what they call tiger striping. And I don't know if you can see it on the film here, but you can might be able to pick it up here a little bit. You can kind of see where it's striped, and that's just where the silver kind of pulls together and gives it a tiger striped look. But I think we're going to do one more coat on this car and let it dry overnight and see how it looks tomorrow. Okay, we got the third and last coat of paint put on the car. And Christian, back up, Bobby. And all in all, I think it looks pretty good. I'm gonna got most of the problem areas kind of feathered out and everything. Probably see a little bit of shine up there on that roof. And just kind of walk around the whole car, and there's a $16 paint job. 20 if you count tape and everything. There's the door handles after I pulled the tape off of them, kind of sticking off there a little bit. And we're going to let this dry and peel all the paper off tomorrow and take a look at it in sunlight. Okay, it's the next day. I pulled all the paper and everything off. I actually pulled it off yesterday. You want to get that pulled off, you know, once the paint starts tacking up pretty good, because if it dries and you start pulling your tape off, you're gonna you could peel up your paints in a lot of places. So you actually want to get that done first. But, out here and see if I can get a good shot of the car. All in all, I think she looks pretty even. She doesn't have a super high gloss to her, but for a $16 paint job, I'd say she's not bad. So this is my video, how to paint a car on a budget. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below, and thank you.